Anthony Joshua's most recent offer to Dillian Whyte is rumored to be over £5 million. And as far as I'm aware, Dillian Whyte has rejected this latest offer. And to my knowledge, there may not be any more offers. Dillian Whyte appears to want something close to 60-40, in line with what Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury have been offered to fight AJ. Now, there's a video that you guys can watch. I'm sure many of you will have seen it, a clip from a Boxing Social interview that Ben Davison, Tyson Fury's trainer, did. And this is on Twitter doing the rounds. Ben Davison says that Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, and Dillian Whyte should all get 50-50 against AJ. Now, none of them have made AJ type money for any fight. None of them have ever made a £20 million purse or a $25 million purse or $26 million. None of them have ever made that kind of money. But Ben Davison says they all deserve 50-50 just because. Now, from what I can see, what's going on here is that Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, and Dillian Whyte have teamed up and they are pulling a power move on Anthony Joshua. Yeah, that's what this is. This is a power move. Because all three of them now realize that they can make pretty good money, not AJ level money yet, but pretty good money. And they've got the public narrative on their side. And they can do all of this without AJ. So why take the risk? Why fight AJ? If you can make decent amounts of money fighting each other or fighting other people. In the case of Dillian Whyte's a pay-per-view fighter in the UK. He can fight Dominic Breazeale on pay-per-view. He can fight various other fighters on pay-per-view. Why take the risk of fighting AJ unless you're getting paid way more than you're actually worth? Which is what 60-40 would be for Dillian Whyte, which is what 50-50 would be for Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder. That's way more than they're actually worth at this point. If Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fight each other in this rematch, and the rematch does crazy numbers, and both of them make like $26 million a piece, then they can realistically go to AJ and say, 50-50, we're worth as much as you. My market value is as high as yours is, 50-50. In that scenario, I'll be backing them 100% in their quest for 50-50. But right now, it's basically a case of them pricing themselves out of the biggest fight in heavyweight boxing because, particularly with Fury and Wilder, they believe they can get their earning power up to the level of an AJ without having to fight AJ. That's at least what they're going to attempt to do. They're going to attempt to get their earning power up to the level of an AJ without actually having to fight him. And why is this working? Because the public narrative at the moment is that Anthony Joshua is greedy on one hand or is afraid of a serious challenge on another hand. So public perception is turned against Anthony Joshua. I don't want to say completely, but certainly in the United States, and it's starting to in the UK because of the rise of Tyson Fury and his popularity following his comeback, his beef with AJ, and his fight against Deontay Wilder, of course, and also his story with regards to recovering from obesity and mental health issues and all that kind of stuff, addiction. So you put all that into the pot. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Dillian Whyte, they now realize that they can steer the public narrative in such a way. And that is what Dillian Whyte's doing at the moment. He's saying that AJ just wants to fight tomato cans. He don't want to pay anybody any real money. But you could flip that argument and say to Wilder, Fury, or Dillian Whyte, you could say, well, isn't it the case that you're going to get more money against AJ than you're getting against anybody else? So why don't you take what AJ's offering you? Since he's going to pay you more than anybody, why not? Because that whole compromise situation, it works both ways. You can't just say AJ's the one that needs to compromise and we don't have to compromise. AJ has compromised with Fury and Wilder when he's offering them 60-40. That's a big compromise. I mean, as I've broken down in previous videos, AJ against Povetkin, just AJ's purse alone was more than Wilder and Fury's purses combined that they earned against each other. Yeah. Well, whatever the case is, it's a power move by Fury, Wilder, and Dillian Whyte. They've teamed up. They've got a common interest. They're all making good money now without AJ. They're not making AJ level money, but they're making good money. They're making pay-per-view money. So they're like, man, we don't need to take that risk against AJ unless he's going to give us 50-50. We can force 50-50 out of him, even though we've never made money the equivalent of 50-50 from AJ. We're going to team up. 3 of the top 4 heavyweights in the world, we're going to team up and we're going to force 50-50 out of this guy, or we just ain't going to fight him because it's too much of a risk. And that's what it is about. It's about risk reward. It's about risk reward for everybody, people. It's about risk reward for AJ. It's about risk reward for Dillian Whyte. It's about risk reward for Fury and Wilder. Everybody's worried about risk reward, of course. And if you're talking about principles, because Ben Davison in this video is talking about principle, because he can't say that Fury and Wilder deserve 50-50 based on what they've earned previously, because that would obviously be a lie. So he's saying he believes they deserve 50-50 on principle. Principle? Well, doesn't AJ deserve the lion's share on principle, given the fact that he has fought more top contenders than any of the others? Doesn't he deserve that on principle? Doesn't he deserve that on principle, given the fact that he's managed to unify the heavyweight titles? You know, he's not undisputed, but he's unified heavyweight champion in only 22 fights. What were the rest of them doing in 22 fights? Doesn't he deserve to be in the position that he's in, given the fact that he's filled out Wembley Stadium? He's filled out the Principality Stadium. His hard work has done all that. What about the principle of that? Where were Wilder and Fury after their 22 fights? Were they filling out Wembley? They weren't coming even close to filling out Wembley, I can assure you. Were they fighting people like Klitschko and Takam and Joseph Parker inside their first 22 fights? No, they weren't. Does he not get any points for doing that inside his first 22? That's a hell of a lot to achieve inside your first 22 fights. He gets absolutely no credit at all for building up the fan base that he has inside 22 fights. No credit for that, huh? Ben Davison. So when you're talking about principle, it works both ways. I don't know where Ben Davison's coming from when he's talking about principle. I don't get it. Principle for what? AJ was on the road to becoming a superstar before he fought for the heavyweight title. Facts. AJ's first pay-per-view was against Dillian Whyte when Dillian Whyte was unknown. AJ sold that pay-per-view. Of course, the beef with Dillian Whyte helped sell the pay-per-view, but the point I'm making is people came to watch AJ that night. So he was a pay-per-view fighter when he was fighting at British and Commonwealth title level. Was Tyson Fury? No. Was Deontay Wilder? No. So, you know, where are you going with that principle business? Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week. covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.